Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan Battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at how Goku, or in this case the TEQ or Tournament Goku, just to clarify for those who maybe don't know, how he does in the Cell Max event at 55% in the Hidden Potential system. Now a couple things. Firstly, as you all know, my usual disclaimer for the event will follow. But basically, the Cell Max event is an event that is best taken on with units that have high levels of damage reduction, have guard, have high levels of evasion, or sometimes have a combination of all three of these mechanics. The Cell Max event is an incredibly interesting event in that the first two phases do take quite a lot of time for them to integrate, while also the secondary phase, the final phase, is really a big step up from the first two. So you don't have the time to stack, and things become far more challenging and difficult for you as a result. Now, of course, Goku, being a unit that has guard, is one of the prerequisites for being such a strong and powerful unit when it comes to this game. However, of course, as well, he is also a unit that only has a chance to guard unless you manage to get him to revive. So this is something that is incredibly important when you want to consider just how well he does as a unit. Because the thing is it will always take a little bit of time for units to kind of function if they have a chance to guard. You know, it's not always the greatest thing in the world. It's a little bit kind of, of a problem. If their guard doesn't proc, they'll let you down. If it does proc, that could be the champion of your run. Now Goku, obviously as you all know, gains attack and defense with every hit. He gains defense with every single time that his guard is active. He also has a revive standby skill, although this ability only really pops up super late into the game. But he does have abilities. He is not a bad unit in any way, shape or form. He is really quite solid. So Goku, for the most part, is an incredibly strong individual, and he has the kit that can kind of make things work. Now, I think Goku, as most of you can assume, leading Earthbred fighters and leading Powerful Comeback, also has an incredibly powerful team. So Goku sits in the weird position of being a unit that's actually exceptional for the Cell Max event. In fact, he's exceptional for most content. Goku is honestly probably one of the better units in the game, as you would have known from my review. But yeah, it is basically a fairly simple kind of process. So yeah, at the end of the day, I think Goku's an incredibly strong unit, and honestly, I'm super duper happy with how good he is in terms of his performance. Now, obviously the big question is, can he tank a Cell Max Super? And the answer is yes, he can indeed tank a Cell Max Super, even at 55%. Obviously, he does have a 5-turn buff of 101%, which means he can technically be a little bit, kind of put out, if you, want to say that, I guess. But at the end of the day, I think he could be an incredibly strong unit. And he'll end up doing a very good job. So for me, Goku, really top. Honestly does a fantastic job, and at the end of the day, I think he's a unit you can rely on realistically to get things done pretty well. He kind of, if you want to say, for lack of a better term, he kind of aces most content that he's in. Now, of course, there is the occasions where his guard won't proc, and yes, in those situations, if his guard does not proc, and he has not died or doesn't have his revive active, then you will indeed lose because of Goku. So this is something I must obviously kind of place out. I don't want people to think that this is not, the case, basically. But it is relatively simple nonetheless, and Goku is a unit that honestly just does a fantastic job. So realistically, at the end of the day, I think Goku, when you look at it on paper, is just a unit that is very good. I think that, I can't really argue too much with how well Goku does in content. Like, he really is just he's just that guy. You know, he can just do it all. He is just so reliable and so strong, and he just does an incredible job with every bit of content that he's facing. His team is really strong, so he's really good. Similarly, Piccolo does a fantastic job in the Cell Max event. Now Piccolo obviously has an evasion, has a natural advantage, seeing the fact as that he has type advantage against Cell Max, but it doesn't change the fact that he's a very good unit. Now Piccolo is offensively far superior to Goku, and I think it's not something that I can distinctly argue with, and it's not something I want to argue with. I think it's great that the units are kind of counterparts to one another, with Piccolo being so strong offensively, whereas Goku is stronger, like offensively. I think that's a very good kind of situation for the units to be in, and for me, I think it's really good design that they kind of parallel each other in this sense. So yeah, Goku really strong defensively, and I mean, you're gonna see him do plenty of great things in these events. So here you can see Goku, he's at 55%. Obviously you can see his defense really strong. Of course, if we don't proc the guard, we will die, so that is important, very important basically. But we can also link level him, which is also very good. Now one thing that's really cool about Goku is he's got obviously World Tournament Jackie Chun, who's a fantastic support and also can withstand Cell Max quite well himself, due to how his mechanism works, due to how his passive works, with activating 50% damage reduction against enemies he faces. So really good stuff overall. But yeah, let's see just how well Goku does. Goku, for any unit 55% to be able to tank Cell Max would be impressive, and Goku does this with almost relative ease. Like, he really just does a fantastic job the whole way through. And yeah, honestly, I'm just impressed with Goku. You can see there 411k, excellent stuff. Single digits, still building up attack and defense. You'd be able to use his revive or his active skill next turn. Just an exceptional unit. Honestly, just an exceptional unit. So really good stuff by Goku. Super impressed with him, and yeah, just very impressed with how Goku does as a unit overall. But that's it from me. See you next time. Bye.